We are back. It's good to see you. I'm glad you started your day with us here on the NCW Live channel. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I'm Dan Kuntz, your host. It is the 27th day of July, 2021, and you'll see a few high clouds floating around today. The good news, going to keep temperatures down a little bit, not as much direct sunlight. Partly cloudy skies we're expecting today, just a few high clouds floating through. There's a little wave moving through the area with some smoke to the north, as you might imagine, because of the fires in the Mid-Ohio Valley. And then we're going to cook right up again. It's going to be hot by the time we get to the weekend. Forecast details are coming up. Very interesting day in the newsroom yesterday. In fact, we have an update on that bizarre stolen bus story from over the weekend. New details were made available last night. I'll give those to you when we get to the news. It's a strange story indeed. Sports. Seattle Mariners. In baseball, there's no clock. You get a certain amount of outs, and then you run out of outs, and that's the end of the game. And one of the beauties of baseball is that you have to give the other team a chance to hit. You can't run out the clock because there isn't one. And the Mariners took advantage of one of baseball's great quirks with a fantastic comeback against the Astros last night at T-Mobile Park. That's why you never turn away until the game is over, people. We'll have highlights for you. Also talk about Wenatchee Wild Hockey. Training camp began yesterday at the community rink at the Town Toyota Center. Eric had a chance to pop down and visit with them. And by the way, before I forget, in the back half of the program, AppleSox Baseball. We do it every Tuesday. We check in with Wenatchee AppleSox, talk about the week that preceded it and the week coming up. The AppleSox will be in Central Oregon to take on the Bend Elks today, tonight, and tomorrow. Then they got non-league games home over the weekend. Reily Chestnut, one of the broadcasting voices of the Wenatchee Wild, joined me. In addition to that, AJ Guerrero, an infielder, and a good one at that. We'll have that for you in the back half of the program, plus everything else you need, including a brand new opinion from Mad Dog McNaughty himself, who's full of opinions, among other things. 2 minutes after the hour, let's take our tour. 72 degrees. As you can see, a few more high clouds than we had yesterday. When I got up this morning, and I get up early, and there is advantage to getting up really early this time of the year, I got to watch some of the Olympics live, Tokyo being 10 hours ahead of Wenatchee. But when I got up, the moon was very obscured, and I thought, wow, did we have smoke? Did smoke come down? And then I realized it's not really smoke, it's just high clouds. And that's what we're going to have today, just a few high clouds passing through, and then we're going to hop ourselves right back into the oven by the time we get to this time, say Thursday or Friday. Good morning, Wenatchee Valley. And here we go. Megan gets to decide where we're going. She gets to pick the cameras, and I have to guess what camera she's using. I want to say, I'm torn between Blag or Tumwater. That's the Tumwater one. Okay. It can be, you can understand that because the information that you see in the front of your screen can be very much confused with the Blag camera. That is the Tumwater Canyon camera. So we're looking at Leavenworth out there in the distance. By the way, I am endeavoring to interview the folks at the Leavenworth Summer Theater. Their production of The Sound of Music continues. We'll have something on that, I hope, in the not-too-distant future. Good morning to Leavenworth from the Tumwater camera. Camera number 3. Ooh, combination of high clouds and smoke up at Lake Chelan. I want to say perhaps the Lower Butte camera. It is a Lower Butte camera pointed up Lake Chelan. You can see Wapato Point on your far left-hand side of your screen and the area between Chelan and Manson and the Union Valley to your upper right. And you can see some of that hazy smoke coming down from the Cedar Creek and Cub Creek fires burning above and in and around the general area of Winthrop and Mazamba. So they're dealing with both high clouds and some hazy skies in Chelan on this Tuesday morning. And camera number 4. Are we up to 4 already? I believe we are. Hey, Lake Wenatchee from the Two Rivers camera. Lake Wenatchee, again, looking a little hazy. As the crow flies, it's really not that far from Lake Wenatchee and Chelan to where the fires are. As the crow flies, that's why you see the grayish, smoky, hazy high clouds hovering over the Lake Wenatchee area. From the Two Rivers camera, the Wenatchee River and the White River, the Little Wenatchee, I should say, to your right, and the White River flows into your left, and eventually becomes Lake Wenatchee, and then it becomes the Wenatchee River, which flows into the Columbia River, which flows into the Pacific Ocean. That concludes your geography test for the day today. Nice work, Megan. Good camera work. One quick slide from the National Weather Service, just a little heads up, gonna get warm. Not too bad today. Warmer still, near 100 on Wednesday. And we're going to see 103, 104 Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It is going to get hot right through the weekend and into the early part of next week. Gradual cool down on Monday and Tuesday. And of course, by that time, we will be into August of 2021. It has been an unseasonably hot summertime. That little quirk that we had when it was like basically we were in a coke oven back in late June, that was an anomaly, but it's been hot. No question about it. From the National Weather Service. Here you go. Again, a couple of high clouds floating around here and there. We hit 96 yesterday. That's about what we're going to get to today. Again, it normally would be closer to 100, but the clouds are going to keep some of that direct heat away from the Wenatchee Valley. So right around 96 or 97 with passing high clouds today. 68 for the overnight low tonight. No clouds expected on Wednesday or Thursday or Friday or Saturday. Just plain hot. A little breezy in the Okanagan Valley. Every once in a while, the winds will kick up through the gaps in the Cascades, but outside of that, just warm. At 107 Friday, I think that might be overshooting it just a little bit, but there you go. Triple digits, you're coming back. Maybe by Wednesday, certainly by Thursday, and our record high temperatures are going to be threatened Thursday, Friday, and Saturday before we cool down, all things being relative, on Sunday and Monday as we go from July to August. No break from the heat. No rain either. That's what we really need. 7 minutes after the hour, a quick 1 minute break, and then we got your headlines on this Tuesday morning. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
The people that work here are just so caring, and they try to help you be a better person, a better workout.
They have a really good facility. They have good equipment. They run a good business.
The thing I love about Works is the friendliness of the staff. The environment is clean, it's safe, almost like a second home.
Kids are resilient. I just love their energy. They bounce back so quickly. I love the stories they tell. I love just their charisma, their character. I love to see that subtle smile that you pull out of a kid, when you start talking with them about something they really like. I just love what I do, and I can't imagine I would be as happy doing anything else.
8 minutes after the hour, we have partly cloudy skies, 72 fairly mild degrees, upper 90s today with a few passing clouds. Clouds will be out of here by this time tomorrow. Sunny and hot right through the rest of the work week into the weekend and right on in to August. And here are your headlines. We begin with that story that everybody was talking about yesterday, that stolen bus, stolen apparently from a rafting company in Leavenworth on Saturday, was eventually found abandoned in Moses Lake. The suspected thief arrested Sunday in Chewelah. We have some fresh information. According to Chelan County Sheriff Brian Burnett, 39-year-old Andrew S. Loudon of Chewelah faces charges of theft of a motor vehicle, attempting to elude police, and first-degree malicious mischief. Now, according to a press release from the sheriff's office, Loudon was released from custody at Western State Hospital in Lakewood sometime Saturday morning, and then made his way to Leavenworth. The bus stolen Saturday about 7:40 in the evening from Osprey Rafting by a man described as wearing a yellow sundress. Burnett said a Chelan County deputy attempted to pull the bus over on Highway 2, but it continued on well below the speed limit. The pursuit was called off after the driver ran a red light. The bus went through Wenatchee into Douglas County, south on Highway 28. Douglas County deputies stopped following the bus in the Trinidad area. Apparently, sometime Saturday night, the bus was abandoned near Moses Lake, after which Loudon had allegedly hitchhiked to Spokane and then to Chewelah, and that is where he allegedly stole a large front-end loader, drove it into a home. Loudon eventually taken into custody shortly before 7 on Sunday night. A fire destroyed a four-car garage, 2 other outbuildings, numerous vehicles, and damaged a home. This happened early Monday morning in the lower Sunny Slope area, just off the highway. Kay McKellar of Chelan County Fire District 1 said the fire started just after 1 in the morning in a 4-car garage on Inks Road. That's near the Moonlight Motor Lodge, and spread to brush and arborvitae, which then ignited other outbuildings in the home. The fire also damaged a neighbor's outbuilding. McKellar said 5 chickens on the property were killed. The family was evacuated, and the damage to the home was primarily limited to the attic of the home. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. Firefighters had the fire contained by about 2:30 on Monday morning. A Grant County interagency narcotics enforcement team investigation of a Honduras-linked drug trafficking organization has resulted in a successful disruption of a poly-drug trafficking organization. The INET investigation began in February of this year. That's when a local distributor in the drug trafficking organization was identified, and that led detectives to conduct multiple controlled buys, each within 1,000 feet of a school, and executed at least 20 search warrants. Then last month, INET seized about 22 pounds of methamphetamine, around 1 ounce of heroin, over $16,000 in U.S. currency, and 2 firearms, one of which was stolen. Arrested in the case, 43-year-old Veronica Arredondo of South Canterbury Lane in Moses Lake. Charges related to this drug bust are pending. Icicle Broadcasting Company announcing yesterday the sale of 3 of its radio stations, including KOZI AM and FM and KZAL Z Country. They've been sold to the Chelan Valley Media Group. KOZI has been on the air for over 60 years and was owned by Harriet Bullitt, the principal owner of Icicle Broadcasting. Icicle Broadcasting will continue to own and operate Coho 101.1 for the Wenatchee Valley from Leavenworth to Wenatchee. Chelan Valley Media Group is a partnership made up of Alan Mayer, Karen Herrick, and Matt Peters, all from Manson, and Melissa Durfee-Davis of Seattle. All are former Seattle area media and marketing professionals with ties to the Chelan Valley. The new ownership seeks to increase community involvement, promotional opportunities, and serve the retail businesses in the Chelan, Manson, Pateros, and Brewster areas. The sale is expected to close upon approval from the Federal Communications Commission sometime this fall. And finally, the Wenatchee Downtown Possibilities Tour returns Wednesday. They took the year off last year because, of course, of the COVID-19 pandemic. The executive director of the Wenatchee Downtown Association, Linda Haglin, caught up with me yesterday to talk about the Possibilities Tour.
We partner every year with the Chelan Douglas Regional Port Authority, and they are economic development driven, so they give us a grant to help facilitate this because we have a small budget. But what we heard and what I hear literally almost every day, what space is available downtown, how can we get into space? So every year we try to do 2, this year will only be 1, Possibilities Tour, where you can get into some of these spaces maybe you wondered about. Not all are available for lease. We want to show you some that have been creatively or in the process of rehabilitation. So Wednesday at 3 o'clock, it is, like I said, a kind of informal tour that it will be guided. We will walk with you, and you meet on the corner of Wenatchee Avenue and Orondo at the old Seafirst Bank building. That is owned by Chris Martin and partners with Rory Turner, and we're going to show you some of the ideas that they had in the space available. Then we're going to have a total of 7 total stops, and we're going to end at the Lineage property there on Columbia Street, where we'll have some savory bites from La Vienne, some cookies from Dilly Deli, and I'll have some water for you, some beverages along the way, so we won't kill you with the heat. And what we hope that people, if they always wondered about it, the beauty of this tour is that we don't talk about lease property, we don't talk about how much or what format of the lease you will get. We give you a sheet that tells you how to connect to the property owner or the property manager if you're interested further. But a lot of people want to look, they're in that planning stage, but not formal enough to talk to the property owner and go, okay, I want to lease this. So this gives them an opportunity.
And by the way, my complete conversation with Linda Haglin will air on tomorrow's edition of this very program. And now you're in the loop on what's making news on this Tuesday morning. Grant and Eric and Cal and Jefferson and Uriah and whoever else bothers to show up will be putting together a newscast for you tonight at 5, 6, and 10. And with the preview, the anchor himself, Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, hot and getting hotter with triple-digit temperatures expected by the end of the week and through the weekend. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Granstrom has the latest on the AppleSox as they begin a series against Bend tonight, and also the Mariners as they try and pull closer in the American League wildcard race. That and all the day's news stories coming up tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Thank you, Grant. And if you have a news tip or you just want to drop us a note, we try and give you every tool in the toolbox. Well, you can't have them. You can use them. You can use our Facebook page. Just go to Facebook and just type in NCW Life in the search bar, and then you can direct message us using the message app. You can email us directly. Might be the best way to go about doing that. news@ncwlife.com, or you can go to our homepage, ncwlife.com, and there's a Contact Us icon. Click on it, fill out the form, and you got it. Going to take a break. When we come back, highlights from one of the best Mariner victories of the year so far, and there's been a few, I might add. Plus, we get a chance to talk Wenatchee Wild hockey. That's coming up, and also we'll have the obscure holiday today in history, some celebrity birthdays, a new opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and we're talking AppleSox baseball with Reily Chestnut and A.J. Guerrero. It's a busy Tuesday. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
What you're doing is ridiculous.
Well,
I mean, you might as well throw up a screen door to block the summer smoke.
sometimes it gets
When we
warm.
breathe in the wildfire smoke, we are ingesting hazardous chemicals such as acetic acid and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. A lot of bad stuff, okay?
Well, yeah, that's why we...
Cardboard ain't gonna cut it.
So...
Go to ChelanPUD.org/save today.
Succession is leading the way for a new generation of Chelan wineries. Named Platinum Winemaker of the Year in 2017 and the one to watch in 2018 by Wine Press, Succession is setting the pace. Award-winning wines are just a part of the overall experience. Add live music on Sundays and fantastic views, and you have it all. Succession Wines, located on the north shore of Lake Chelan between Chelan and Manson.
Just about 18 minutes after the hour, still sitting at 72 degrees. We'll be in the mid-90s today, but you'll notice a few more clouds on this Tuesday, but clouds will be gone by Wednesday, and we're in for some very hot weather coming up this weekend. Let's talk about sports. Now, we'll forgive you if you turned off the TV during last night's Mariner game because they got down early, and, you know, this happens. Houston, by the second inning, was running away with the game, but it's baseball. And as I mentioned before, you can't run out the clock. You have to let the other team hit. And by golly, if you turned off the TV, you missed was one of the great comebacks in recent memory. Mariner history, 11-8, the final. It was 7-0 in the fourth inning. That's when Seattle went to work. The bases loaded. Cal Raleigh to the plate.
Into the gap. Right center field. Crawford's coming home. Seager wheeling behind him. This finds the base of the wall. France is sprinting home without a throw. Cal Raleigh clears him off, and the Mariners are on the board. Well, he was looking for the heater, and he gets it. It's down, probably at the bottom of the strike zone, but he's able to dig it out. That is a solid line drive. He splits the gap. He hit it so hard, it was all the way out to the wall. Quick 3 RBIs for him.
So we're going to jump ahead now. The score is 8-3. Houston. Kyle Seager stepping up to the plate. There are 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th.
2 outs, 2 on the 1-2 pitch. Hammered, and this is riding out of here. It's a 2-run game.
To the 6th inning we go. There are 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. 1 runner aboard. Up to the plate, Shed Long Jr.
There you go. The ground, open side, into left field. Torrens Cummins is racing home. It is a one-run game.
So Eric Swanson pitching 2 innings of shutout relief, followed by a scoreless inning put up by Kendall Graveman. So to the 8th we go, the bottom of the 8th. Dylan Moore to the plate.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. Wow. Deep. This is on its way. Grand slam! Are you kidding me? That was crushed. That's right. It's a party. Wow. What an inning. I mean, the at-bats that we saw this inning were awesome. Ty France getting to hit a couple of walks, laying off some pitches. Up to then Dylan Moore hammers that thing into the upper deck. Wow.
For the Mariners, it was their 24th comeback win of the season. Manager Scott Service says it's all about belief that this team can make it happen.
You could talk all night long about that game and everything that went into it, but you really have to start with the heart, I guess, of this ball club. It is some kind of fun to be around every day. I lost my voice screaming throughout that game, so you'll have to hang with me. But, really the heart of this crew, and they truly believe. They believe they're playing for something bigger than themselves. They believe in each other and growing confidence in all facets of our game. So, it's tough when you get down like that, and certainly against a team that's leading division, one of the best records in baseball, a team that we know very well. But our guys, we got huge hits. Cal Raleigh with the bases clearing double, Seager with the 3-run homer, kind of get you back into the game. Huge at-bats in the 8th inning. Stanik's out there, throws a nasty split, and Ty France somehow gets a bat on it to get the inning started, and then, we really grinded out some at-bats after that. So can't say enough how fun this group is to be around. The energy, the work they put in every day, and again, I tip my hat. Our fans felt it. When we got the 3-run double and then the 3-run homer, is the momentum in the ballpark certainly shifted in our favor, and owe a lot to our fans tonight. So.
It's the Mariners and the Astros again tonight, 7:10 first pitch. Chris Flexen and Lance McCullers Jr. will toe the rubber. All right, to the American League West, just one other game in the division last night. The Angels topped Colorado 6-2. Shohei Ohtani improved to 5-1. He pitched 7 innings. He allowed 1 run on 5 hits with 5 strikeouts. Your standings, as you see there, Seattle now a game behind Oakland in the wild card playoff race. The A's are in San Diego to begin a 2-game series with the Padres. As far as the AppleSox, to Central Oregon they go. They'll be in Bend. 3-game series with the Elks begins tonight. Wenatchee coming off a series with Yakima Valley. The Pippins took 2 of 3 games to hand the Sox a 4-8 second half record. Bend is 3-6 in the second half, coming off a successful road trip at Walla Walla, where they won 2 of 3 from the Sweets. First pitch tonight, 6:35. You can hear it locally on Sunny FM. By the way, Joel Norman not feeling particularly well. He's under the weather, so he didn't make the trip to Oregon. Reily Chestnut will have the call and provide our recaps here on the NCAA Live channel. In other West Coast League play tonight, remember they always take Mondays off, so we have no scores. Walla Walla visits Corvallis. Yakima Valley will host Cowlitz. Highline is at Ridgefield. Bellingham welcomes Cascade Collegiate. And Port Angeles travels to Portland. The Wenatchee Wild hosting training camp at the community rink at the Town Toyota Center this week. Our own Eric Grandstrom got down to the rink yesterday and talked with the head coach of the Wenatchee Wild. It's our good buddy Chris Clark.
Something feels really good about the world when we've got ice behind us, we got Chris Clark standing with us, and we got Wild hockey back again.
It feels like it's been way too long, and you're absolutely right. It feels like everything is right in the world, and it's great to be back out here, that's for sure.
Well, Wild Camp is underway, the training camp that last year it was down in Vegas because this building was not open. COVID, everything else. Let's flush COVID. Let's not even talk about it. Let's talk about the Wenatchee Wild 2021-22 version. What are we looking at?
We're looking at a lot of good players here. We're very excited about the first day of camp so far. Obviously, the one benefit, not to bring COVID back up, but the one benefit was we got to spend a ton of time on the road because we unfortunately couldn't play. So we've done a good job recruiting. We're very happy with the talent we have here, and couldn't be more excited to get going again.
Now, of course, this is going to air Tuesday morning. You've got 4 chances to see scrimmage hockey here, and it's okay for fans to come here to the Town Toyota Center. Tell us about what we're looking at.
So, yeah, we have 2 games each morning, 2 games each night. And then the All-Star game will be Wednesday morning, so you can still catch that because it is on Tuesday. Yeah. So please come out for the All-Star game on Wednesday morning. And basically it's a scrimmage for each team. They get 2 scrimmages each day, and from there we'll invite whatever it is, 29, 30 kids back in September, and away we go.
Again, the public is invited to watch the scrimmages. The scrimmage games this morning at 9, again at 10:30, and again tomorrow at 4 and 5:30, the All-Star game tomorrow morning at 11. All the action is at the community rink at the Town Toyota Center. No admission. Admission's absolutely free. Don't charge. Eric will have more with Coach Clark and Bliss Littler, the general manager, tomorrow here on this very television station. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Tuesday, the 27th day of July. I had 4, count them 4, obscure holidays to do today. Did I say 4? I think I did. Today is Take Your Pants for a Walk Day, National Love is Kind Day, which should be every day, National Cream Brulee Day, no thank you, I'm trying to watch my weight, National Scotch Day. Now you're talking. Scotch, or Scotch whiskey, if you prefer. It's a malted barley drink. It can only legally be produced in Scotland. So when you go to your local store to buy your local supply of liquor, if it says Scotch whiskey, that means it was produced in Scotland. And they do a very good job at it. That's by law. You can't call it Scotch whiskey unless it was actually manufactured and produced in Scotland. Scotch whiskey generates about 125 pounds, and I'm talking about the money pounds, a second for Scotland. That comes out to, for the country of Scotland, that comes out to $172 every second that Scotland makes making Scotch. They do a pretty good job. Every year, Scotland exports about 100 million cases of Scotch. That's about 40 bottles of Scotch being exported every second of every year. The term whiskey, by the way, means water of life in Gaelic, if you will. Scotch whiskey has to age for a minimum of 3 years in the oak barrels before it can officially be called Scotch. A single malt Scotch whiskey can end up being produced from several different casks as long as it comes from a single distillery. You probably now know more about Scotch than you wanted to. I'm very particular about my Scotch. I never drink it over ice, ever. I drink it at room temperature with a glass of ice water. That's how you do it. I always, whenever I hear somebody order a glass of Scotch on the ice, I go, it's not how you do it. Anyway, that's just me. Happy National Scotch Day today. Okay, what do we got today in history? Happy birthday, Bugs Bunny. Yes, Bugs Bunny made his debut today. Be very, very quiet. I'm Hunty Wabbits. July 27th, 1940, 81 years ago today, the animated short film A Wild Hare, a little play on words there, is released, introducing the character of Bugs Bunny. And once you know it, it was Elmer Fudd hunting Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny is 41 years old today, an American icon. The Korean War kind of sort of ended on this date. They're still technically at war, as I think you probably all know that. They didn't sign a peace treaty. They signed an armistice agreement, which has done the job 68 years ago today. The people who signed, the United States, China, and North Korea. The president of South Korea, Syngman Rhee, refused to sign the armistice, but he said, we will abide by it, but I'm not going to sign it. And since that point, the Korean War has ended, but they are still officially in a state of war. They have never signed an actual peace treaty, just an armistice saying we'll stop fighting each other. For all intents and purposes, the Korean War came to an end 68 years ago today, after a little over 3 years. July 27th, 1959. You know, Major League Baseball was way behind on expansion. 1959, it was still the same 16 teams that had been around for 60 some odd years. The 8 teams in the American League, 8 teams in the National League. The winners would play each other in the World Series. And finally, they said there's a lot of big cities that are major league cities that don't have a major league team. And so the Continental League was announced as baseball's 3rd major league on July 27th, 1959. What really started the process, of course, was that the Dodgers and the Giants moved from Brooklyn and New York, respectively, to the West Coast. And that left the Yankees as the only game in town in New York, and they wanted another team in New York. So here comes the Continental League with teams in New York City, Houston, Toronto, Denver, and the Twin Cities. Eventually, of course, the American League in 1961 and the National League in 1962 expanded, and the Continental League abandoned their plans. And of course, New York City, Houston, Toronto, Denver, and the Twin Cities all got their own teams anyway. It all worked out in the end. The Continental League never really got going, but Major League Baseball said, okay, you win, we'll expand. Nothing to see here. This whole Vietnam thing, we're just heads up America. We're on it. We got it. There are 16,000 military advisors in South Vietnam. That's not enough. We're going to send another 5,000 advisors. We're just advising the South Vietnamese. We're going to send 5,000 more over. That'll bring our total number of advisors in Vietnam to 21,000. 21,000 now in Vietnam. July 27th, 1964, 57 years ago today. Nothing to worry about. They're just advising. The Major League record for errors by a pitcher in one inning is 3. Errors by a pitcher in a single inning, the Major League record is 3. On this date in 1988, Tommy John of the New York Yankees committed 3 errors, not only in the same inning, but on the same play. And here it is.
They'll only be able to get one if they can get that. Here, John bobbles the ball and should have held it. John does not normally make that kind of mistake. They're going to try to score Gantner. And Tommy John should have stayed out of the way both times, but he's in there, and they'll go on, and he will. Let's see, they're going to let him score.
Yep. Tommy made 2 errors.
Tommy should have stayed right on the mound.
Well, you're right, absolutely. We talked about that other play where he threw Castillo out at first base, but this one, you could see him. He didn't field the ball cleanly, and then he hurried his throw and really missed Mattingly and everybody. And then he cuts off a perfect throw by Winfield that would have had Gantner.
Normally, Tommy does not get involved. Even when ground balls hit back through the mound, he will let them go, but he's given up 2 runs here without the benefit of a base hit. And the Yankees now lead 4-2. Bobbles the ball there. Should have held it, but didn't. Throws it away. That's an error. And as the throw came back in from Winfield, Tommy cut it off, threw it past slot for another error. I believe they might have had Gantner trying to score.
Oh, definitely. Now, Tommy John gets 2 errors, but I thought 3 errors?
Frank Messer and Phil Scooter Rizzuto with the call for the Yankees on WPIX. Yes, tying the Major League record of 3 errors in one inning by a pitcher, and he ended up doing it on one play. Remarkable. By the way, it meant nothing. The Yankees won. They beat the Brewers in a rout. The final was 16-3. And on another note entirely, there's a reason I don't go to air shows anymore. July the 27th, 2002, 19 years ago today, a Soviet fighter crashes during an air show in the Ukraine. 77 died. We have the footage of it. 500 others were injured. Go ahead and roll tape. This could be somewhat troubling to look at. The pilots were doing a maneuver that they weren't really supposed to be doing. The pilots were blamed for it. They ejected right before the airplane crashed. It was a fighter jet full of fuel flying very fast. Indeed, both the pilots were convicted and sent to prison. Eventually, their sentences were reduced to about 3 years each. You can see the pilots actually ejecting. They were injured. 77 people were killed, including 28 children, when the jet crashed. There were about 10,000 people at the air show, more than normal. They were celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Ukrainian Air Force. This was in the Ukraine. Again, startling footage there. The pilots simply got into a maneuver that they couldn't get out of. The plane clipped another plane, cartwheeled, and exploded. The worst, deadliest air show disaster in history, 19 years ago today in the Ukraine. Whew, tough stuff to look at. All right, 36 minutes after the hour, let's do some birthdays. Happy 99th birthday to Norman Lear, who brought us Archie Bunker and George Jefferson, and then came Maude. The creator of All in the Family, Maude, Sanford and Son, The Jeffersons, Good Times, Norman Lear, an American television legend, is 99 years old today. The only American to win a gold medal at the 1968 Winter Olympics in Grenoble, France, Peggy Fleming, the only one to win a gold medal. She won the gold medal in women's figure skating, the overall competition. Peggy Fleming is 73 years old today. He is an 8-time All-Star, 3-time Cy Young Award winner, 2 no-hitters, a world champion, and he may very well be the best right-handed pitcher in baseball right now, Max Scherzer. And yes, his eyes are different colors. Max Scherzer is 37. A remarkable fact about Max, he is the youngest ever pitcher to defeat all the other Major League Baseball teams during his career. He has beaten all 30 of them. That's remarkable. And happy 28th birthday to Jordan Spieth, 2015 Masters champion, 2015 U.S. Open champion, 2017 champion of the Open Championship, and he's only 28. He's got a long way to go, and he's playing good golf again. Happy 28th to Jordan Spieth. In case you're curious, a lot of people describe my golf swing as Spieth-like. Just in case you're curious. Going to take a break. We have an opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty that you have never seen before, because we've never aired it before. And then my conversation with Reily Chestnut and A.J. Guerrero of the Wenatchee AppleSox. They're off to Bend for a critical 3-game series with the Elks. We'll talk about that when we come back. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills in Manson, where we've got huge news. We've started our Blueberry U-Pick. It's a great time to toss the family in the car and get on out to Blueberry Hills, where you can get the best down-home scratch country cooking around and pick some of the world's most delicious and largest blueberries that have been high desert farmed. This makes for an intense blueberry flavor, and they are so much fun to pick. Our fields are open 8 to 2:30 daily and restaurant from 8 to 3, so come on out and join us.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
Contractors, furniture makers, and weekend do-it-yourselfers around north central Washington will tell you that Lombard's Hardwood Supply is the place to get what you need. Lombard's full millwork shop can handle jobs large or small. Lombard's has a full line of interior and exterior doors available, as well as custom barn doors. From alderwood to zebrawood and everything in between, it's Lombard's Hardwood Supply on School Street in Sunny Slope. Like us on Facebook and check out our monthly special.
Hi, this is Kelly, owner of the Original Children's Shop in downtown Wenatchee. We strive to bring you the most quality, fashionable, and fun clothing for your little ones, along with gifts, toys, and accessories. I look forward to meeting you soon at the Original Children's Shop.
Chelan Wireless is your Verizon authorized retailer featuring the latest iPhone and Android devices. Personal or business, they have the plan and the customer service you're looking for.
In these challenging times, Bear Foods is open and ready to help. From health to diet to home, we are here to take care of your needs. Bear Foods, the good food store.
From home furnishings to the latest in home entertainment technology, Deepwater Home Electronics can provide the selection and the connection for your wireless world.
This is Mike, Mad Dog Mike Natty, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, people on both sides of the political spectrum are comparing the others to Nazis. Good grief. Republicans are accused of being white supremacists, and Democrats are accused of trying to disarm the populace and have the government replace religion. Now, what I wonder is this, is that if these social justice warriors on either side face the consequences and same risks that confronted those who actually criticized the real Nazis, would they be so free with their critical venom? I mean, if I risk being sent to a concentration camp at best or executed at worst, would I still feel as free to open my mouth and complain about what the president's doing? Would you? Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNatty, and that's my opinion.
Happy summer from Collins Fashions in downtown Wenatchee. We are truly prepared for warm days with shorts, sports, capris, short-sleeve tees, tanks, and sandals. We have special occasion dresses, jumpsuits, tops, and slacks for your upcoming event. Our Tommy Bahama department for men and women are summer favorites. New fall fashions are arriving daily. Brighton is releasing new summer collections of jewelry and handbags to enhance your wardrobe. We have amazing service and selection at Collins, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35 plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
Dr. Divis is proud to announce that Dr. Taylor Pedigo has joined the Wenatchee Dental Arts team. After much research, Dr. Pedigo chose Wenatchee Dental Arts as the place to practice and Wenatchee as the place to live. Dr. Pedigo is an honors graduate of the UCLA School of Dentistry and has made our valley his home. Wenatchee Dental Arts offers complete comprehensive dentistry from routine teeth cleaning to sedation dentistry. Wenatchee Dental Arts now offering 2 dentists to serve all your dental needs. Call for your appointment today.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Once a week, we check in with our friends at the Wenatchee AppleSox. The man to my immediate left is Reily Chestnut. The man to my far left is A.J. Guerrero. One guy broadcasts baseball, one guy plays baseball. I'll let you figure out which one is which. You got it yet? Reily, you're filling in for our good friend Stormin' Joel Norman, so this is the first time in your program. Give folks a little Reily Chestnut 101. Tell folks about yourself.
Well, I'm from Central Texas, and it's a thrill to be up here. I was originally hired to come in 2020, but something canceled everything, so I'm just thrilled to be up here, and I'm happy that the cards kind of worked out to where I get to work under Mr. Norman and learn a little bit.
And kudos to Jose Oglesby, as for those of you who don't remember, at the end of the 2019 season, Joel took another job to go back east to broadcast. You were brought on board as the new voice of the AppleSox. Then COVID hit, and Jose decided to keep you both, which is a class act on his part. He didn't really have to do that, but he kept you both on board.
Yes, that's one thing I've really appreciated about working under Jose, just his passion to try and extend the brand a little bit. And this is the first summer that the AppleSox have done 2 broadcasters. In Joel's time, and especially in my time, I haven't worked on baseball since college, so I was just happy to get the opportunity.
Also makes for a better broadcast because Joel gets to take a break and you do an inning, or you get to take a break and Joel does an inning, so you stay refreshed, especially as the game wears on.
Oh yeah, and for people who listened, obviously I got the Saturday call this past weekend because Joel's throat was feeling a little bit sore, and he had his Jordan game yesterday because he was coming in with the sore throat medication. He had the spray. I mean, he was just working through some tough stuff there to finish that game, and I was mighty impressed.
So, but he's not going to be taking the bus trip down to Bend later on today.
No, he will.
He will be. Okay.
Yes.
So he's a gamer.
Yeah.
He's a gamer.
He lives up to the tough Pittsburgh identity that he grew up with.
That's true. So, Joel, I know you're watching. Way to go, buddy. AJ Guerrero, tell folks about yourself, my friend.
So I'm from Western Washington. I'm from Tacoma. Came here this summer basically because my coach at the University of Washington wanted me to come down here and get some work in. So yeah, basically I lost half my senior season due to COVID, my whole junior season due to COVID. So it feels nice getting back out here, playing against the competition that I'm playing against. And it's been a bit of a blast so far.
Did it take a little while to get your baseball muscle memory back going again? Because you missed a lot of games, and if you don't, you snooze, you lose. You gotta play it to stay fine-tuned. How did you stay in shape through the COVID?
So basically, I just found places to hit with some of my buddies whenever I could. Open fields, maybe some cages, stuff like that.
So high school aluminum bats, college aluminum bats, West Coast League wood bats. How's that working for you?
I've actually used a lot of wood bats throughout my high school years, with all the wood bat events that we go to. We do a lot of wood bat events, actually. I'd say the past couple years, we've done more wood bat tournaments than we have not. So I'd say I played more games with wood bats than aluminum bats. So I'm kind of used to it already.
And for me, and you can address this too if you want, Reily, for me it's a real safety issue because those aluminum bats, who's kidding who? When you make square contact, that ball is coming at somebody really fast. It's amazing that a pitcher at a high school level or even college hasn't been seriously injured or even killed by a line shot right back to the mound.
I mean, you're right to mention that because yesterday we saw a screamer absolutely shot back to Jeffrey Heinrich that nearly took his head off and sent him falling onto the mound. And yeah, that was some hard contact, so you make a great point, Dan. I can only imagine the kind of damage you do with aluminum compared to wood.
So actually with how that works, so an aluminum and wood bat, they basically perform the same if hit off of the sweet spot, but aluminum bats just have a little bit bigger sweet spot than wood bats most of the time.
Okay,
So,
I did not know that.
Yeah.
See, I thought I knew everything about baseball. Shows you what I know. What position do you play? What position is your natural position? Did you play everything growing up, AJ?
So I basically I played shortstop growing up, and I played shortstop in high school. And I've basically migrated out to either the third base or first base in the corners, or I can be a little more versatile and play in the outfield as well.
Does being a utility player make you a little more, I don't want to say valuable, but every coach likes somebody who can play 2 or 3 different positions, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. I could play basically wherever, whenever a coach needs me to, and it keeps me in the lineup. Gets me
Multiple
more at-bats.
sports growing up or just baseball? Or did you play a little bit of everything?
I played some football growing up.
Okay.
Yeah, since I was in like 6th grade or something like that. I played until I was about a sophomore and then stopped because I didn't want to get hurt because I had something going for baseball.
And you do have something going for baseball. You're going to be going to the University of Washington. Kudos to you.
Thank you.
A very good program, great facilities. The Husky program struggled a little bit last year, but I think the Huskies really have a chance to bust out. I really think they do. I think the Huskies would have been a great team in 2019 had COVID not come. So you're joining a good organization.
I agree. I think our class coming in is really solid with all the guys that I've known so far, and I know quite a few of them. I think we're going to come in there, turn the lineup around, start getting some run scoring and all that good stuff.
How was the recruiting process going? How did that happen? How did the decision come for you to go to the University of Washington?
So it was in my sophomore year summer. I've basically been followed around a lot, watching my summer ball games by Elliot Kribbe, our recruiting coordinator. And then I went to one of their little camps. It was like a round robin thing with a few teams, and I'd hit a home run in that camp. And then they basically took me back to the office and offered me there. And I was like, I'll give you guys an answer soon.
But you get to stay pretty close to home.
Yep, exactly.
And that's a nice thing. You gotta like that. So you go off to the University of Washington. Do you see yourself as a baseball lifer, or are you going to get a good education at one of the finest institutions of higher learning in the Pacific Northwest and go on to there? Or are you going to try and hang on to organized ball as long as you can?
I'm going to try to hang on to baseball as long as I possibly can. Try to make it as far as I can. And if I don't make it all the way, then I have that pristine education from going to the University of Washington.
Do you try and convince him to go down to Texas? Go ahead, Reily.
Hey, if it doesn't work out in Washington, I know the Texas Longhorns are a pretty good program. Plus, they might be joining the SEC pretty soon here. So,
That's
yeah,
true.
best baseball conference, best football conference. I mean, I can sell you as much as I want, but I can imagine he'll be just fine. Have you seen the way this kid hits just out of high school? He's insane. I mean, the scouts were right. He's got one of the best swings, I think, at his age group I've ever seen.
What are your marching orders before they sent you off to Wenatchee Town, USA from lovely Fife, Washington? What did you hear from your other coaches? This is what I'd like you to work on, or just keep playing ball and stay in shape and keep your swing going, and we'll see you when school starts?
It was basically just go there, get some work in. That's basically what I was told.
Do you get a chance to head back to Western Washington every now and again since you joined the squad?
No, actually, I haven't been back there. I have been to. So my girlfriend has a lake house in Republic, if you know where that is.
Yes, I do.
I've been there a couple times, and that's basically all the travel I've done besides the travel to other ballparks.
Your host family, has that been a good relationship and just the whole Wenatchee AppleSox experience for you?
Yeah, I actually started staying with a host family with a couple other guys, and then I moved to the dorms over there.
So he's with me.
Yeah, I'm with
His
Reily now.
technical host parent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I'm laughing. I probably shouldn't be laughing so much.
I don't blame you.
Took 2 of 3 from Walla Walla. Took the series. We won more games than we lost to Walla Walla over the course of the year. We're done with the sweets. Yakima Valley over the last weekend. Who's kidding here? They're a ball club. They are right now, I would say, the class of the league. Even better maybe than Corvallis.
Yes, you can make a great point. I mean, obviously having their best first half ever since they became a ball club, the first time they've won a playoff spot in the first half. So I'll give credit where credit is due. After you got to know Coach Crust Angel over 3 years, he's done a fine job back in a place that he's more at home in, so I can see why it's kind of led to this perfect marriage, if you will. But I got to give credit for what the Sox did on Saturday. Other than yesterday when Seth Kuykendall just came and did his thing for the Pippins, the offense was rolling. And guys like A.J. Guerrero, Zach Tolia, Jackson Vanderbrake, Garrett Cutting, all these younger guys at the bottom of the lineup really carried the Sox throughout those first 2 games and in the win Saturday.
Yeah, 15 runs. When you score 15 runs, you're supposed to win, and you did going away. But you're not kidding about Kuykendall. He just the 5-1 victory, and we were probably happy to get the 1 run that we did get. They're that good. So you're off to Bend, and then you have a non-league game against the West Coast Collegiate All-Stars. But you guys are running out of league games. You're fighting for that second playoff spot. You're trying to make your way in as a wild card in the West Coast League for the playoffs. But you're running out of games. What's the sense of urgency that you're getting right now from your teammates?
I'd say, honestly, it's just play the best ball that we can. Try to keep the energy up in the dugout. That's when we play the best.
Reily, what do you think? You've seen every game this team has played so far this year. You've called most of them. This team has what it takes. What's the one missing thing that can put this team over the top and maybe take all 3 from Bend and take care of business and move on?
Well, coming into this season, we knew it was a bunch of younger guys that didn't have a lot of collegiate playing time. So we knew there would be bumps. There would be things they would have to overcome more so up here than anything they could do out on the field. That's probably been the biggest hurdle that we've seen this team go through. Obviously, sometimes the mistakes have compounded, and with younger guys, the tendency can be that stays in your head and makes you a little bit worse off the next time the opportunity comes your way. But I'm seeing a change in this team and the way they overcome adversity, and you can find small victories in that even if they don't finish where they want to and make the playoffs this season, which I'm not saying they won't, there's still a little bit of time left. They've got to start putting some wins together, but these road series have been pretty good for them, and then they're a tough opponent. They won when they came here, but the Sox can certainly get them back. I think it's just a matter of staying in the moment and not letting the hits knock you down, at least to the point that you can't get back up, because any of us who follow baseball know that you fail more times than you succeed, so it's just a matter of winning the mental game, because for young guys, that's probably the biggest battle they'll ever have to face.
And it should be pointed out, they got up off the mat. I mean, the Friday night was a debacle. It's one of those games where you just flush and forget about it. They turned right around, racked up 15 runs, and then took on the best pitcher in the league and came up on the short end of the stick. But they didn't pack it in.
No, and even Friday, they scored 5 of those runs later in the game, the 6th inning, and you start to see the gears turn like, okay, this could be something they use to build off Saturday, and then after going down 7-4 Saturday, they score 11 straight. So this team is starting to take turns and find that toughness and that fortitude. And I think if we just shore up a few other things, like if we can get great pitching performances mixed with those key hits every now and again, I think this Sox team can really turn it around.
One more thing on Friday night, we were here broadcasting the game. When you get to those kinds of situations, when you're down 11-1, 12-3, stuff like that, the fans stayed. Nobody got up and left, even when the game was completely out of hand. That says a lot about the support the AppleSox get.
Yeah, and we knew coming into this year, after not having baseball for the first time in 20-plus years here in Wenatchee for a summer, that these fans were going to be happy to be back in the ballpark, win or lose. And they have certainly delivered. They've been great fans. Rowdy bunch at times, but always there, always consistent, always behind the team, which is certainly appreciate for these young guys.
Hey, Jay, I'll let you have the last word. If there's anybody out there that you want to say hi to, just look over at either one of those cameras and they're going to watch it. Go ahead, AJ.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. What's up, Nikki? Saying hi to you.
There you go. AJ Guerrero, an outstanding. You're going to hear more from this guy as the year progresses. And Reily Chestnut, one of the two broadcasting voices for the Wenatchee AppleSox. Again, 3 games in Bend, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They're back in town for non-league games against the West Coast Collegiate All-Stars. Right? Oh, go ahead.
Northwest Star Cat.
Northwest Star Cat. I'm sorry. I get those two confused.
It's okay.
Yeah, they're baseball nomads, but that's why we love them, because they play literally for the love of the game and no other reason. Thanks for straightening that out. Reily, AJ, thanks for spending some time with us. I appreciate it. Have a good bus ride. We'll see you guys Friday, all right?
Yes, sir.
You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Boating in the Wenatchee Valley starts at Bob File Boats and Motors. Now you can fish like a pro without breaking the bank thanks to the ProMag aluminum fishing boat by Smokercraft. It features a great layout with a spacious bow casting platform, huge live wells, and in-floor storage to safely stow your gear. See the Smokercraft line of boats at Bob File Boats and Motors on Sunset Highway in East Wenatchee or online at bobfile.com.
Bob File Boats and Motors, we're dealing. Bob File's gonna make you smile.
Save in an instant on stressless furniture at Boswell's. Right now, get a $100 instant rebate for every $1,000 you spend on any qualifying stressless sofas and recliners, designed with the world's most innovative comfort features. Don't wait. It's time for stressless. Proud to be endorsed by the American Chiropractic Association. Shop Boswell's, 2915 Easy Street in Wenatchee.
The 2021 Grant County Fair is happening August 17th through the 21st in Moses Lake. Check out the biggest ag-based fair in Washington State as kids show hundreds of animals. Or check out some of the more famous cuisine, such as Space Burgers or Block 40 ice cream. Friday night features country sensation Parmalee on the Brian Miller stage. Saturday, check out Grupo Control. Lots of music, food, animals, and of course, a huge carnival. Head to the website at gcfairgrounds.com.
Your search for quality patio furniture with excellent customer service is over. Blue Lagoon is proud to offer only the finest outdoor furniture and accessories from some of the most renowned manufacturers in the industry. Our showroom showcases a large selection of in-stock furniture, fire pits, umbrellas, cushions, and outdoor accessories. Our in-house outdoor decor specialist is available to help you design and custom order the perfect furniture for your unique space.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap up this Tuesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with your forecast. And it looks like this. You're going to see a few more clouds today, just a weak little wave that's moving through. No big deal. It's going to keep us a little cooler than what we're going to get into. We'll get right around 96 or 97 today, 68 for the overnight low tonight. Just about triple digits, they tell us, on Wednesday. They've been pretty good about that. And then, well, just plain hot. 103, 104 on Thursday, warmer still on Friday, right around that temperature on Saturday. Into August we go, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, continued sunny, continued hot. There is absolutely zero precipitation in the forecast. By the way, every once in a while you'll feel a stray breeze coming through the Cascade Gaps. No sustained winds at all, and the air quality up in the Methow Valley, especially in the Winthrop and Twisp area, continues to be extremely unhealthy because of the 2 fires burning up in that area. All right, that's it for us. Have a great Tuesday. We'll see you for Winning Wednesday tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.